Hello, hello, crafty friends. Here I am for this month's card class, May 3rd, 2025. There I am. I'm just making sure all is good. So welcome, whether you are joining me live today here or you are catching my replay on YouTube or Facebook, most likely YouTube, as the live will only be available on Facebook for 30 days due to the new rules that Facebook has imposed. So welcome to my card class. Today we're going to be using the Sunrise Sailing bundle. Let me just tell you quickly, I'll get out of the way. How do my card classes work? I pick a Stampin' Up bundle, and monthly I design 4 cards, and then I come on and show you how to create the cards. Okay, so you can earn it free by placing an order on my Stampin' Up website for $50. That's net any shipping, tax, and Stampin' Rewards. So if you spend $50 on my website, you will get this automatically in the mail with all the bits and pieces that you need to put this together except the stamping. Or no purchase necessary. You can pick the pre-cut kit up for $30 on my website or get an instant download. That's there for $10 as well, and that's CraftyDivaUSA.com. So when you pick up my card kit or earn it free, this is what you're going to get in the mail. It's going to have all nicely packed. This is last month's kit. All your pieces to create the cards, and it's going to have this image right here. This QR code right here links you to a PDF tutorial that you can email yourself to either view on your device or you can print out. And this tutorial, this QR code right here links you back to this video that I'm creating, that I'm here today with. So that's why this is all available after the class goes, because I need to create that QR code. You get a list of supplies. This is my just messed up from my making my notes on my last class, and you get the dimensions and you get assembly instructions and pictures. So that's how my card kits and tutorials and everything work. If you haven't picked up them or earned one of mine yet, I put a lot of love into my card kits, so I hope you enjoy them. And if you are part of my private Facebook group and you create the cards, definitely share them with everybody. Hey mom, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're going to play with a lot of inks today, and look at this 3D embossing folder. I love it. So let me show you the cards. I'll go over the products we're going to use. Again, I use the 3D folder throughout 3 of the 4 of the cards because I just love them. And these are perfect cards for thank you, sentiments like sympathy, just because, thinking of you. These are great. Just the images are great for those type of cards. So here's this card. This is actually my favorite one. And then this one we did, I made like ink blended, like a scenery in the background. So I thought that was kind of cool. So we're going to make these 4 cards. They're in this order. We're going to start off with this one. But first, let me show you the featured product is the Sunrise Sailing. So this is the stamp set and the dies, okay? In the card kit, everything comes die cut for you, the most part, except this one right here that you pretty much you're going to need this if you're going to want to do the technique that I'm going to show that you get with the whole bundle. And when you see how this works, you're going to want that. So everything's pre-cut for you. These are the stamp sets. So this is the embossing folder. So this, look at that. Okay, this is a hybrid embossing folder. And what this does is, and I'm going to do this live. I didn't do any of these yet, so I can show you the demonstration that we're going to stamp our sailboat. Then we're going to put the piece of paper in here and see how this kind of locks. I just moved it, but it kind of locks in place. And when you run this through your machine, it dies and embosses. So let me bring in one of the cards. Maybe you can see now that I showed you that. So this kind of has like a raise to it because it's been embossed and dyed. This came out of that embossing folder. Really cool. So we're going to do that live. So that's that folder. And then this could be optional for you, but if you pick up my kit, it will be embossed already. But card 4, I'm using that 3D wave again that I used last month. I like to use multiple times. You'll know that about me because if you're picking it up, I want to keep using it in my card kit so you get to keep using your items too that are in your stash, right? So I brought this back in. Okay, this is a new stamp set that's coming out on May 6th, and it is really great. It's called The Right Words 165316. It has great inside and outside sentiments. So I'm just using it for one card. The Thinking of You, of course, you can use anything in your stash. And again, my most loved stylish shapes, of course, I think I've used this in every card kit so far the last year. So if you pick this up, you're definitely getting your money's worth out of it with my classics. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this out of the way so I could get going on card 1. I don't need any of that. I already have my stamps on my blocks. What else do I have on my desk? I have my stamping mist with my scrubber pad. I have some liquid and dry adhesive. I have my stamps on my blocks. Some inks that we're going to use in today's class are Crumb Cake, Lost Lagoon, Memento Tuxedo Black, Poppy Parade, Darling Duckling. This is a new color. And then you don't need both of these. You can use either one. I have Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight. You really only need one, but those are the ink pads. Now I took these out of order, right? Yeah, this is card 1 of what we're going to be doing today. I also have my blender brushes. I have a shimmer brush and I have Stampin' Blend markers. Now, the only reason I need these and they're on your tutorial is for card 1. So when I designed card 1, I did not have these 2 color markers. I think I had the Crumb Cake. I definitely didn't have the Lost Lagoon. So right here, you'll see to color in my sails, I used this was from Close to My Heart, but it's a water brush. So I squeezed my ink pad. Today, I want to try it with my marker. So I'm just showing you how to do it. I squeezed my ink pad so that I got ink here, and then I picked it up with lightly with my brush and then colored the sail in lightly. But then I ordered the marker, of course, like any true crafter. I want everything that I didn't have it. So I ordered the marker and I said, for class, I'm going to color in the sails to see the difference so that I will show you. So that is kind of watercolored. And today I'm going to use the light Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to use the dark Crumb Cake. So that's the only reason why I have the markers. Again, that could be optional for you. All right, so let's go. Card 1. This is everything you are going to get. This is the way you are going to get it in your card, in your pre-cut kit. So this will show you what items you will need to design the card. So we are going to do the stamping first. Oh, and look at these dots. These are new also. This is also some samples you'll be able to test out in the kit. These are the holographic resin dots, 165598. Again, they come out with the new catalog on May 6th. They're really cool, and they kind of pick up any color that you hold it against. So that's kind of cool. So like it could really go with any color. Okay. And also, again, same as last month, I used this, and maybe 3 months ago, is the white and silver and white ribbon 162149. But you'll get what you need in the pre-cut kit. But to make more, you'd want to pick that up. And again, like I said, I keep using things. So I'm a little bit frugal, not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, so we have our little dots. We'll move them to the side, and I went ahead. This is how it will come in your kit. So you can certainly, if you don't want to pick up the dies and the stamp to create this sailboat there, you can just leave the card like this and not add that other element, and you'd still get a beautiful card. You're going to get that stylish shape already cut out. I've already dyed this for you. So here is that piece you're going to want that we're going to stamp our sailboat, and we're going to emboss that. So let's do our stamping first. Here's your envelope. Don't forget, stamp up your envelopes and have fun with them, okay? I don't want to waste time on the class doing that, but I'll show you, like here, I just stamped the sailboat halfway off the envelope. So kind of, those are things you want to do. Okay, so we're going to do lots of inking on this one. So we're just going to put that away a second. Here's our card base, and then here's our crumb cake layer. That's just going to layer on. So we're going to just put this together. So I could just move it out of the way, and it could just be waiting for its next layer there. So this is just a little white poking out. And if you want to trim a little bit off of this, you know, that 3/8, actually, hold on. I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim. This is why I love live, right? I want to trim just a smidge off mine there. I think it's just a little bit too. So even though I have adhesive, I'm just going to take like a tiny little smidge, just that little bit. And you could do that too, you know, if you lay it out first and you see that, oh, Stacy's eyesight was off just a little bit, because, you know, I like to do those 1/8 of an inch. So when you do it like this, I think it's 5 and 3/8. I got to bring this closer to me. It's just a little difficult sometimes. There we go. Okay, so lay that down first, because you know me, I'm OCD perfectionist. Let me zoom in here just a little bit. Let me bring you a little bit more down. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to get this out of the way now. You don't need anything else. We're going to bring this in, and all we're going to do is we are going to use 2 colors today. We're using Crumb Cake and Lost Lagoon. All I'm going to do on this is I'm going to get my Happy Retirement, and I'm going to stamp Happy Retirement closest to the left. If you're facing it when it's down on your table, so this is my left right now, I'm going to closer to here because I'm going to trim a little edge off that. So I'm using the Crumb Cake ink. I'm just an offset stamper. I have to stamp one time always. It's just like, I don't know, an OCD thing I do. Okay, so I just want right here. Okay, perfect. Just get that out of there for a moment. Now you're going to come in with our Lost Lagoon. Look at this. Something about these ink pads. If this happens to you, I get some flakes sometimes. All I do is, these were my favorite. These were close to my heart, tweezers. I kind of pick it out. So not sure why that happens, but I'm going to ink up. Here's that sailboat. We're going to stamp, and I'm going to bring in that piece that we're going to do that embossing, that cut and emboss. So I'll show you how that is. So I just want to ink up my sailboat. I've used this enough that I feel comfortable stamping, and if not, I'll bring another piece in. Okay, just stamp. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to do the emboss, the cut and emboss. So this piece right here. Oh, actually let's do our other stamping. I want to stamp those wings first. So that is, I didn't bring that piece out. I didn't put that on the block already. I missed that. Let me get that and get another block. Perfect. Okay. So we need to do this piece right here in Crumb Cake. See, that's that inside. So before I do this, let me show you, because this was a little pain, because you want to line these up perfectly. So see how it's great. These clear blocks are awesome. See how you don't see the line? See, now you do a little bit. You want to line that up perfectly. So maneuver it as you're going down before you stamp. See how I'm over? You want to line that up right, because I did this a few times, but see how perfect my crumb cake hits the stamped edge. To me, that's what I was going for. But then if you have a little bit showing, that's where you just use your marker and fill it in with the marker. So don't be so super crazy like me, because after I was like anal about it, I was like, dang it, Stacy, you could have just used your marker. So that's that. Okay, also I notice here I'm missing one other stamp we need for the base of the sailboat. We'll do that next. Okay, I got that on my block right here. Okay. All right, so we're going to ink this up in crumb cake. I'm going to do the best I can to get it close. I'm going to just have to bring it closer to me. So see what I'm saying? I'm off, but I'm going to fix it with my crumb cake marker. Magic. Right? Magic. Look at that. So I didn't have to waste so many the last time. All right. There you go. All right. Now this would be the time that you would color it. So I would get all of that done. Oh, and we have to stamp the base right here. So we're going to do that in crumb cake also. So I would get all the coloring and stamping out of the way before you want to emboss this. And you know, the beauty of the this class is you can go back and record, fast forward through the parts you don't need. Wow, I need to bring it closer because the camera's in my way. My phone's in my way. Okay. All right, these all have to be cleaned, my stamps. I'll do that as I'm switching to the next card. Okay. So now I wanted to color this. I'm going to use the brush tip. So this one, remember, I did watercoloring, but I wanted to, oh, so it is darker. I think I do like the watercoloring better, but we're going to, no, I'm fine with it. I like it. I do like it. Okay, this just takes a minute, so bear with me. So let me tell you some things. So we have double points today. If you're joining me live or you watch this video today, May 3rd, today's the last day for double Stampin' rewards, which means, you know, $20 is where it starts and you earn 10% reward, so $2 on every $20 you spend. Well, today's the last day that you earn $4 for every $20 you spend. That is an amazing offer, my friends. So today I'm stocking up on some cardstock that I need for classes and my upcoming, some supplies for my upcoming classes. And, oh, I have a virtual. All right, so for those who've been following me for a long time, you know, when I was with Close to My Heart, my upline and friend, we did virtuals for a few years, and then with Stampin' Up, we've stopped. Well, we are doing our first one now, and it's going to be, we've partnered. Now, I like the watercoloring better, to be honest, but that's okay. I just have to go with it. And I'm sure the end result will be nice. Or I'm just going to redo this and watercolor it. I'm not sure. Yep. Hold on. Let me keep going here. So It's May 31st. The information is on my page. You can find it there. I do like it. Actually, it looks nice. Just ignore me. I'm my own critic, right? Aren't we all? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to line that up in our embossing folder. So the best way to do this is put your die in there first, get it into place, right? And like I said, it's not going to like fully click, but it kind of finds a groove. Okay, so that's where it is. Now, just going to turn your paper over, hold it with your thumbs, and then just flip it over, right? So now when you flip the folder over, you can now line up without moving your die out of place, can line up your sailboat. Okay, I think that's good. And then you're going to close it. Okay. Now, I have it right here. Let's see if I can bring it in. But I have, this is the sandwich. I'm going to use the Stampin Up emboss and cut machine. So I'm using, what plate number is this? Plate 1 at the bottom. Here's my embossing folder with my die, and then plate 4 on top. Now, when you use the embossing folders, you make sure the closed part of the embossing folder is what feeds through your machine first. So, I have my machine right here. Okay, here's the closed end of my folder. And this machine, I'm telling you, is like butter. It just runs through like butter. So for the rest of the cards, I'll just do this off camera so I don't have to keep carrying this in. So you see the sandwich here. So now, remember, just 1 and 4 you need for that, for 3D embossing. So now it's raised up. Okay. How cool is that? So this is, you know, garbage, whatever, if you want to do another project with it, but this is what you get. So look at, I hope you're getting on the camera. See the dimension? The sails are like buckled out. So cool. So that's what the whole thing is about, these type of embossing hybrid folders. That's the deal with them. Okay, so now we're going to bring in this piece right here. I have scrap. Okay. This is what I love, getting inky. I love ink blending. Okay, so I have my scrap paper here, and it's okay that it's white on white. So now I'm going to come back in with my crumb cake and then my Lost Lagoon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is blending brushes for both. So I have, here's for my crumb cake, and then my Lost Lagoon is that one here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some ink on my blending brush, and I'm going to lightly start to blend up this part. So this is water. Yes, but I'm giving it an illusion of sand into water. So we're going to do some brown, and then we're going to kind of blend the entire thing with the lagoon. Okay? Now, I like to tap off so that lightly blend off and then come up. And then once you start to see the color, then you can start to apply more pressure of how you feel you want it. So I'm not going to go higher than that. I think that's a good amount of the brown for me. I think that's good. And I can always go back. So now I'm going to come in with that Lost Lagoon, and this is really juicy. So I do not want it dark. Okay, I'm going to start from the top down. Actually, I think I'm going to start right here. Yeah, because I didn't want that harsh color. I'm just going to try not to go over the brown so much. I'm going to stay away from it right now. Now I'm just going to try to go up. I'm going to not re-ink. I think there's plenty of ink on this to do and get the color that I'm looking for. Now, like I said, if you don't get the embossing folder or the stamp set, leaving the card just like this, just not putting that piece is fine. Because there's, you know, I didn't die cut this piece out for you because you have to stamp it. And if you got the embossing folder, you're going to want that curve to it. So that's, you know, in this one, you'll have to either use something from your stash, improvise. Okay, I think that's good. Now we got to fill in. I'm going to try to take some of that ink, and we got to fill in now. Have the the brown and the blue meet, and they're meeting nicely. Might be hard to pick up in the video, but it's perfect. There's no more white that I see. See, over here, I did a little too much. I'm going to try to take some of that, if it hasn't dried yet, and pull it through. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, I think I'm good. Just put a little bit. Okay, I'm going to close up the ink. Yes. Now I want to show you a few things I did on my sample card, and it wasn't quite picking up, so that's why I'm not going to do it on video. But if you notice here, I have white. What I did was I took my ink dauber with white ink and tried to get the clouds to come white. It's really hard. So you can do that. But then what I did was I was like, you know what? I'm just using my shimmer brush and going over them that way. So that's what I used the shimmer brush for. This is just clear shimmer brush. Make like a little puddle, and we all have these from Close to My Heart days. If not, Stampin' Up! Has Wink of Stella. I just have not gotten into the Wink of Stella yet because I have plenty of shimmer brushes still and plenty of clear. So just as I figured, you don't need the white, just if you have Wink of Stella or this, I think that works great. If not, that's your option with a white ink. If you wanted to highlight the clouds, which I think you should, because it's a great effect. And also, you know what else you can use here? Not the liquid pearls. What was that? I have it. It's behind. Oh, it's behind me on my shelf. I can look in a second. It's the. I'm not even going to try. I'm having a brain moment. Let me see. Anything else that I need to share? Some news. Let me just finish this. Oh God, I love it. So if you can see in the video. Okay, cool beans. I'm going to move this out the way. Let me see. What are they called? Hold on. I got to move stuff. Stickles. Stickles. You know, like the enamel dots, but the stickles are like clear with the, oh, look what I just got all over me, white ink. With the sparkles in it. Okay, so that's perfect. So now what I did is we're going to use some dimensionals and just put it inside the sail. And I'm going to put a dimensional down. We'll see. Down on the bottom of the boat. So I'll use this right here, and we'll get one more up top there. Okay, so what I did was, actually, I'm going to wait to put that on. Let's adhere this to our card base. So we're just going to adhere this straight down to our card base. I think I'm going to use some liquid adhesive. Oh, I might need to fill this up soon. Sometimes I find on the 3D embossing folders, I don't like to use the dry adhesive like the tape runner because there's such deep cuts in this that sometimes it pulls at it. So I just like to use the wet adhesive. Again, this is about that little border. Okay, perfect. Okay, sometimes what I do, if I need to push something down and it's inky, I'll get a clean piece of paper, just flip that over and use, just actually like burnish it, whatever. I use my, this tool. Just so you don't ruin your card, right? Perfect. Okay, now all you're going to do is perfectly cover up your sailboat. Just like that. And actually the darker looks cool on the card now that it's all together, but this is your two different ways. So you see, this is watercolor, you get a very light shade, and this is using the marker, so it's darker. So to each their own. All right, now, oh, we had another thing we forgot to ink. This will be super quick. So we need to take this. I probably even have enough ink left on here. Let me bring in my piece of scrap. You want to ink this also. No, I do need a little bit more. Just to give this some color too. I think that's good. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, okay, I'm going to snip this right along, right a little bit outside the T is perfect. You can do this with your paper trimmer, however you feel comfortable. And we are going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. And I hope I did not lose in my chaos my little birds. So this is going to go right along the edge of the embossed layer. Just like that. Perfect. Happy retirement. Okay, so now let me find my little, there they are. They didn't get far. Okay, these little guys here, you know, I used the liquid glue. I don't know, I just put little dots because they are super tiny and just put them around, but I love them. And then here I tried to cover up these two. That's what I used as a guide. The first card and the last card are going to take a little longer, but the other two cards in between are going to go super fast. All right, and then lastly, we're going to use the 4 little pearls that come in here. There's 2 big ones. There should be like 2 big ones and 2 small ones. Great set for these type of sentiments. I have a little mark there, so I'm going to cover that up. I'll just change the direction of that. Okay, perfect. So this is card 1. Again, you have 2 ways to do it, either with your watercoloring this way, or you can use your markers, but I do love this 3D hybrid embossing folder. Okay, that is card 1. Let me clean up a moment, and then we'll move on. Card 2. This one's going to be super easy, and I love the simplicity of the black and white cards. It's something I love to do. I make so many cards, you guys, but I don't send them out. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. I'm so embarrassed to even say that. But listen, it's the truth. I try my hardest. I do my best, but if I don't make a handmade card, I do not buy cards anymore. I think it's ridiculous, the price of them. Okay, so, I wanted to clean my stamps because I have to reuse them. So let me just do that real quick. Here's my Stampin' Scrubber, my wet side, because I'm going to reuse my Sailboat, and then the dry side. Love this thing. Okay. Always clean your stamps. I know there's people out there that don't, but it's a good habit. You don't get the best quality out of them if you don't do that. Okay. This is the next card we're going to make. Again, change the sentiment up. Anything you want. Whatever. This is going to be easy peasy. Again, stamp your envelope, stamp the inside. I didn't do any inside stamping except the next card you'll find. We're going to put this aside a moment. And now what we're going to do is just pull this out. Again, this is the embossed piece. Just grab some easy Scotch tape. All we have to do, you're going to get 2 pieces of that ribbon. You're going to take one of the pieces. Okay. And this, we're going to make a faux knot. You don't have to go all the way around. Just kind of put it where you want it. Flip it over. Use your Scotch tape to hold that down. This really helps for bow making. And now pull it tight around. There. So easy. Okay, so for this piece now, which I made these so long, you guys, I wasted so much of it that you're going to get in there. But you just want to, the way you do a knot, whichever way you want it to go, you either want it to go this way or this way. You just feed it through and just tie a knot. I want to move it over a little more. Just tie a nice knot like that. Okay. And then tail your ends. I kind of just fold it in half like that. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I knew that was I was thinking, I was like, you're holding it wrong. Fold it in half. That. I'll hold it up so you can see. So you take it and you kind of fold it in half like that. And then you snip it. And then you get that nice bannered tail. So that's all you do there. And now we are just going to adhere these 2 pieces together. Or if you want to do it this way, make sure your layers are right. See, this one's cut well. We'll just put this one down. I love this gun. Okay, make sure it's opening right. Yes. And using the liquid adhesive just gives you a smidge of a second to move it around. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I would definitely adhere this layer first. And then, let me show you something. I'm trying to scooch that down a little. Before I adhere this, I would do your stamping. So I have it, you're destined for great things. Again, I'm just using Memento Black, and I think you should keep this simple with just the black and white. And just stamp. Perfect. Now that's going to go on top of there. I'm going to bring in my Sailboat again with my white piece. Here's my Sailboat. I'm going to stamp that in black. So this, there's no coloring the inside. You're just going to stamp just for that body. Let me clean this. What do I have it down here? Because I need it again for the next card. Okay. Okay, so now again, we're going to take that embossing folder, kind of click that in place, let it fit in the groove, line that up just to hold it. And then slide it and guide it into the perfect stamped piece. There you go. I think we're good. I might be a little over, too much. Yeah. Okay, that looks so much better. Okay, I'm gonna run this through my machine. I already told you the sandwich 1 and 4. Make sure the direction you are going towards is, remember, as it goes through your machine. Otherwise, it will eat up your embossing folder and ruin it. Okay, so it embosses and cuts. You can make shaker cards with that. And it has that raised. Love it. Okay, where's my, I'll pop these on here. You always want to pop it right over the image on the, that comes out from the embossed folder. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, we're going to adhere this base to the black base. So like I said, I have the virtual crop coming up on the 31st. It's 6 of us, 6 of my team members. So you have 6 silver and above Stampin' Up! Demonstrators that will each have a video. So it's 6 hours of demonstration. So 6 videos, 1 from each of us. There's going to be prizes. No need to be present to win. Just by registering, you're entered to win. Love that. It is a $35 order, gets you in the door, or, and that's net Stampin' Rewards, shipping and tax, or you can just buy a ticket for $25, and that's all on my website. Okay, love this. I would add, if you want to add some gems here, definitely do that, but a very simple card. Love this. Okay, moving on to card 3. Oh, my favorite card. Okay, here's the bits and pieces you're going to get for this card. We got those birds again. Let's not lose them. So we have some gems. You have 2 small clouds and 2 large clouds. You have your birds. Then you have some layers. This is for our sentiment. Look inside, because we're going to do some inside stamping on this card. Fun. So that's for the inside. So we're going to do stamping first. So we want to bring that out. So this is for stamping. This is for stamping. And then we just have some layers. These are getting layered together. And then on the front, here is our embossed layer. We're going to ink that. So we'll keep that out. And this is for to stamp our sailboat. So what I'm going to do is just layer these 2 pieces together quickly that go on my card front. And then this just gets flat down to my card base. I'm just going to do that and get that out of the way for now. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, what should we do? Let's stamp our sailboat. So I cleaned it. This is where this color I'm using here, the cardstock, is Misty Moonlight. So because I have it and I have both colors, whereas the next card, I'm only using the Night of Navy for the sentiment because this is Night of Navy cardstock, and for the blue inking here, but you can certainly just use Misty Moonlight. So just giving you all options. So what we need to do here is stamp our sailboat. Okay, we'll move that aside a moment. We're going to come in with our sentiment. Thinking of you. Again, this is out of that new stamp set that I'm playing with. The Right Words has good front and inside sentiments. So we're just going to stamp Thinking of You. I want to stamp this first again off on scrap. Okay. I like the script on that. The font. Okay. All right. Keep those over here. They have to be cleaned. Okay. I think that's it for, inside. This was another stamp from this set here. That was hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories. So I made this more of a Thinking of You card for a sympathy. So this is my inside piece right here. So we're going to put this. Sometimes I like to stamp at the top or just in the center. This one I might do more at the top. I really like the fonts in this that stamps it. That's why I picked it up. Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of scrap right now to go here because we're going to stamp off. We're going to stamp again another sailboat, but the whole sailboat's not going to be on the card. So as much as you want on it, you decide. Just like that. See what I mean? It's not the whole sailboat. Okay, now we can get rid of, nope. We're going to get rid of this for now. We're going to finish all our stamping, then we'll come back to the ink blending. Okay, so now we need our Poppy Parade or whatever you have similar. We're going to go get those coloring of those sails again, or whatever you want to call that, the inside. And all we really have to line up is this part of the sail because it's not going to really matter for that one. See what I mean? Oh, but dang it. Look at how perfect I did. Wow. Perfect. I hope I do that on the front. Okay. So there's my inside. We'll just put that off to the side a minute. Now we're going to, where's our sailboat? Here it is. We're going to get our sailboat and we're going to try to do those inside sails again. Inside decoration or whatever you want to call them. Perfect. I don't know what they're called. Sorry, I'm not a sailboat person. Okay, but I do love them. This is too far away, but we're going. All right, I did pretty good. Not bad. Got a little smidge there. Actually, Poppy Parade. I think I have Poppy Parade Let me see, is this Poppy Parade? I do. I have Poppy Parade marker. Okay, that's perfect shade. I'm using the dark. There, right here too. Sweet. Okay. Magic, right? Okay. We have to stamp. We need our crumb cake now. And we need to stamp the bottom of the sailboat on the inside layer as well as this layer. And then the inside. Okay. And again, if you want to use your marker to fill any part of the boat. I'm going to leave the front like that. Okay, so we're good. We can move all this out of the way. Actually, I'm going to use this as my scrap. We're going to take our embossed piece now. And all we're going to do is make the water. We're going to put some ink blending just like we did on the first card, but we're just going to do that on the bottom portion of the card. That's it. Oh, I'm using the wrong. Nope, that's Lost Lagoon. Getting a lot of that ink off because I just want a little bit, and I had a lot on my brush. This probably had Night of Navy on it. I might have done this in Night of Navy, but either color is totally fine. Okay. So I am not putting any pressure on this. I am super lightly blending. And I just go up a little bit past the water line. Just like that. Now, this, if you wanted to put some sparkles in your water, I would definitely like splat some of the shimmer brush or your Wink of Stella. I think that'd be cool. Okay, okie dokie smoky. All right, next, we're going to get this out of the way. All of our inking is done. All right, now we're going to, again, last time, we're going to get our die in place. And then line it up. Perfect. The opening is here. Love that. Okay, we need our foam. Where is our foam? Here it is. So my next class is June 7th. That's the first Saturday. The classes are every first Saturday of the month virtually. I'll be using the Cheers and Sips. It's a new bundle that's coming on the online exclusives on May 6th. You'll get to see it. Super fun set. Today I'll be designing and playing with that. All right, we want to find, did I lose them? Did I lose them? where, oh, no, come on, here's one. Here's two. We might only have two. I might have lost one of my birds. Well, we're going to have to go with two of them. I'll probably find it. Is it on the floor? No, it's not. Okay, so you're going to take your two birds and three birds. You have three birds. Don't lose your birds like I did. And you're going to put them down. If I find it, I'll add it on. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that thinking of you. We're going to make a double-ended banner. So all you want to do is in the midsection right there, a little snip. The other end, you're going to do a little snip, and then you're going to meet in the middle. Like that, and then do the other end. Just like that. We're going to put some dimensional foam here. We're going to put that right in the middle. Again, this sentiment could say anything you want. All right. Now, all right, we have to do our clouds. So what you want to do is you want to take your two big clouds and your two little clouds. Some are going to have dimensionals and some are going to be flat down. So we're going to take a small one here, and I'm using that as a guide, okay? So I'm just going to put some ink, some dry adhesive right there, okay? And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to trim it off. Just like that. Next, I'm going to take one of the big ones, and I'm going to put foam on one end. Like there, maybe one right there, just two. And then I'm going to layer these just like that, okay? Again, flip it over. I'm gonna leave that top piece popping out there, but at the bottom, on the side, we're gonna get rid of that, okay? Same thing over here. We're gonna use the longer one flat. Just like that. And we're going to pop this one up, put some foam over here. I think that might be too much. Yeah. I think one is plenty. Yep. Just like that. And I'm going to take out of the next one, I'm going to take one of the birds from here because there's three on that card and two would be just enough. So I'm going to take one from there just so I can finish this card because I think three look pretty on here and I want to use three. But the other card, what I mean is, see the one up there? Can't even really see it. It's okay. my other card could be without it, but I want these 2 cards to have 3. And if I find the other one, I'll put it on the card or I'll just stamp a new one out. Okay, so this was kind of in the cloud. That's why I liked it. Yeah. Okay, so you got 3 gems. You're going to put, I got a clue there. You're going to put one little fucker somewhere on your tag, wherever you want it. How about one at the top of our sailboat? And then just one over there. Cool. All right, now we are going to put dimensional on the back of this. That's why I was okay designing it all in one piece, because I don't have to use, it's not going to be too hard to mat that to the front because we're just using foam. I should have used my foam strips that I have, like tape. That's okay. Be sure to follow me on YouTube at Crafty Diva USA. That's where all my videos go. If you're local to me, I started doing in-person card classes the second Saturday of the month. If you're interested, reach out to me, and it's through my local rec center, so you have to sign through them. Okay, we're just gonna center this. Look at how awesome that card is, right? Who wouldn't love to get that card? Now we're going to put some foam on our inside layer. Love this card. This is my favorite out of the 4. I always have a favorite. Love it. Card 3. All right, we are moving right along to our last card, card number 4. Let me just do a little cleaning. Get this out of the way. We're going to do inking again, of course. And we only need 2 colors. So I'm going to be using Duckling Darling and Night of Navy. When I did my sun here, I think I used Misty Moonlight and a different yellow that I had, but since my Darling Duckling came in, I want to see what it looks like using that. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay, I am a little over an hour, and that is okay by me. Because when you catch the replay, you can fast forward, and I probably talked for a few minutes in the beginning. Okay, so this is everything you get in your kit. So let's show you that. You get some gems. So your piece will be embossed and it will be cut for you. But if you get the tutorial, this is what you'll have to do. So if you do not want to do the 3D wave embossing, if you don't have that embossing folder, then you would just not even emboss it if you didn't want to. But you need to cut out that circle. All right, so everything, we have an inside layer. No, that is not for the inside. Oh, yeah, it is. We are stamping the inside of this one. Okay, this is that layered piece for under here. So here is our 2, we're going to have 2 sailboats. We have a small one and the medium one. These are the thin cuts of how they come. And I cut out some cardstock and some DSP. And this card's just going to have 2 birds, and I'm okay with that. And here is my little sentiment layer. So inking, we're going to keep this out, and this out for now. We're going to get rid of everything else. And we are going to stamp. What did that say? Okay. Oh, that's this one. I got to make sure because one's a little bit smaller. Yeah. Okay, that's my moon. Hold on, because I messed myself up. No, the smaller piece is to make your moon. The larger piece, the larger white, is for your inside. That's why I had it on the inside for you. So let's just stamp this so it doesn't get messed up with anything more. And for this, I'm using again, so I used 3 stamps out of this set, and this is this one right here. I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. So that could be used, and then on the front, I put congratulations. So that could be for a lot of different whys. You would give somebody this card, right? So I'm just stamping that inside, and I'm going to use Night of Navy. But again, I think, yeah, you do you. Whatever one you want to use. They both coordinate with each other. So okay. Love the fonts on these. I'm a big font person, so we're just going to put that on the inside for now so it could sit there. All right, so let's talk about this piece now. So I'll show you the back side. See, it's a little smaller. So we're just, that's fine because we're going to put some tape there. But for now, you kind of want to like line that up just like that. Leave a little bit about 1/8 of an inch around. And then when it's down, you're going to take a pencil after you cut your circle, and you're just going to put a dot and a dot and a dot and a dot very lightly so that when I take that off, I can see, don't go so much below there. Don't go so much outside of there. I kind of have the direction of where, when I layer these together, where they need to go so that I can have my sun. All right. So let's play with that sun now. I'm going to bring in scrap paper again. And I am just going to do some blue at the bottom and some yellow towards the top. And I probably have plenty of blue. I'm not even going to re-ink. I probably have plenty. So direction purposes, I want to start my blue at the bottom pencil dot and not go above the 2 sides. And then the same for the yellow on top. Okay, so, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to just stay in the circle. The pencil marks are for me to kind of have a guide. Because you don't want to go too much outside because you want to be able to line this up. And I'm going to erase the pencil marks. Okay, so far so good. Let me show you. So see, I can still see the pencil marks. See? So if you want to go a little darker, you can. If I do, I'm going to need some more ink. I just tapped a very little bit. Yeah, that's a lot now. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, I'm going to take my pencil, erase. Now I'm going to take some yellow. I'm going to take that darling duckling. Okay. And then in the middle, it kind of like, you don't want to blend too much in the middle because it'll make a green. I think I used an orange and Maida did a swipe of an orange. Love it. Really cool, right? Okay, I think that's good. I did use orange. I think I used pumpkin pie. I have the ink brush here. Do I have any left on it? Let me see. Is it close here? I have pumpkin pie right here. Let me get a little bit of it. I'll just show you. If we want to do that, just to put a little bit of pumpkin pie in the middle. See how it kind of made it a little bit darker? Love it. Love it. Okay, so now we're going to move this aside a moment. All right, so now what you do is you kind of line up. If you wanted a little bit more, I think right there is good, right? So now what I'm going to do is hold it upside down. I'm going to get that handy dandy Scotch tape again. I am going to Scotch tape it wherever I could. And now, because I moved mine down just a smidge, I'm going to cut off a little bit of cardstock here. See what I'm doing? Just so. I'm going to do the same right here, and it's totally okay. I'm not ruining anything. I'm just snipping some off because I moved it down a little bit and I want to have room to be able to tape this on. See what I'm doing now? I think you understand by watching. How cool is that, right? Okay. So now we're going to just take our inside, let's adhere our inside piece down. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Lots of techniques with the inking, so we took some time, but it's okay. And I'm trying to go as fast as I can, right? Oh, did I lose it now? I almost lost another bird. I should have my little cup. Where's my little cup? I should have it on my desk, right? Okay, so that was my inside. We're just going to adhere this straight down. If you want to pop this up, go ahead. I didn't feel the need. I was okay having it straight down. I just love the color on color, right? And that top layer being embossed. Love it. Okay. Oh, we never stamped our sentiment. So we need to stamp whatever you want, whatever long. Happy birthday. Congratulations. I think I had happy birthday already set up. Where is it? Or, oh, I didn't have congratulations. Pull that out. Where's my block? Let me clean this a second. What were we doing? Congratulations. Okay. Can even do best wishes, but I'm going to double banner this one too. If I could. I gotta bring this closer, sorry. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mom. I do too. I was telling you you're gonna like these sets, and I think the sentiments that come in it are just right. So what do you got? You have congratulations, you deserve the best, happy retirement, best wishes, you're destined for great things, and ahoy. Huh, the ahoy? I don't know about the ahoy, but all right, I think I'm going to double banner this. So I need to smidge a little bit off. I want a double banner because it was like hiding under that, and I don't want it to hide. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off. So you can do the same depending on, you know, your sentiment. If your sentiment is even smaller than this, just make this little piece, you know, trim it down to what you need. Again, adapt on my card kit because you might not have the stamps that I have. So if you want to recreate these exactly, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want it to show more like a double sentiment, and I'm going to pop that up. If you just adapt them to your liking, to your products that you have, and I'm just kind of giving you all the base things to make it work for you. Okay, so that's that. Now let's bring in these sailboats. So what we're going to do here, if you notice, I have the sails 2 different colors. So just take whichever one you want, right? And snip a piece off. So let's snip here and here. And see, now we're just going to glue. It's like paper piercing. Just going to glue this one to here. I got to hold it and do it in my hand so I line it up perfectly. Just like that. So now I'll do the opposite, or it really doesn't matter, on the little one. So now we're going to cut off, I don't think it really matters, but I'm going to cut off this side. And keep this side. Again, it doesn't matter. Right? I think that looks so cute. Okay, so now all we have to do is, you can only put glue on the one side, but on the side that's going to be on the sailboat, you want to put and not on the little piece that sticks out on the top. You don't want to cover that. Just like that. How cutesy, cutesy. Right, so there's our sailboat. And we're going to pop these up, so we'll put some dimensionals. I think we got to cut these in half for this guy. Yeah, see, can't see it. Good. You can see a little bit of overhang. Okay. So now this one. All right, same deal. Let's put a little piece. It doesn't show. It shows a little bitty. Okay. So you'll find linked in the description here, if you like my card making, very simple, clean card making, you want to try some new products that come out, you know, I'd appreciate that. You know, give me a like, follow me, share me with your crafty friends. Again, had to switch over from Close to My Heart to Stampin' Up, and it's been pretty slow, but I love making these cards. I love making my classes. I love my private group. So come join us. Let's put our small sailboat. Love these colors. I do. Very different, right? That's more spooky sky or nighttime sky. Now I can put my sentiment. So if you're going to do it like my card here and do a double banner, do your sailboats first. So then you can kind of, yeah, I like that. That's what I was going for originally. Okay. And your 2 gems, we're going to overhang. Oh, I can't overhang because they're flat down. So I'm just going to put them next to one another. Okay. And then this is why 2 birds are plenty for this card, because the one in the against the Knight of Navy is getting a little lost. So it's okay that I had to take one of my birds, but I think I really needed it for the other card. All right. I hope you enjoyed my sunrise sailing card class. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It came out so cute. Let me bring in the cards again, all 4 cards. Again, here's my shopping site. To earn this pre-cut kit for free, you have to spend $50 on my website, net, shipping, tax, Stampin' Rewards. You'll get a kit in the mail that looks just like this for free. This QR code will link to a PDF full color instruction for you to email yourself, print out, view on your device, whatever. So I make it quite easy for you. Card 1, lots of inking here. And personally, I do like the watercoloring better. The card that I made today was using the markers. Here's card 2, simple black and white design. Love it. Card 3 was, this is the one I said was my favorite of the batch, right? I love this one. And then card 4, which I don't know, card 3 might have a run up now that I made the card again. I feel like the second time I made it better. So here is this month's sunrise sailing, featuring the stamp and thin cuts, as well as the awesome 3D hybrid embossing folder that that embosses and cuts out. That's how we were able to make these sailboats. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you need anything, I'm always available. Reach out to me on all social. I am Crafty Diva USA. That's where you find me. Email is craftydivausa@gmail.com. The only thing that is Stacy Maiano is my Stampin' Up website. I also have a craftydivausa.com website where you can find all of my pre-cut kits from prior classes and instant downloadable tutorials. So I hope you enjoyed the class. Thanks for hanging out with me and have a great Saturday. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye now.